jumping ahead because there's an 8-year-old grandchild. It says he's worried about what to sleep in. I think she means he or she, doesn't say, what to sleep in at night, lest the Lord takes her to heaven like cats. Do we go to heaven in the clothes we're wearing on earth or what? Okay, so there you go.
I almost always go in the clothes that I'm wearing at the time, but he doesn't take me. He didn't take me when I'm sleeping. I've never gone at all while I'm sleeping because I'm wide awake when he takes me. I don't dream. I don't sleep long enough to dream. And even these sleep therapists will tell you, you have to get into a REM.
Yeah.
REM sleep. You have to get that deep before you begin to have imaginations and dreams and things like that. And I don't sleep long enough to even have that happen. So, and I will have a vision sometimes, but 99% of the time I'm having an encounter. That means a live, right then encounter. I'm taken in my spiritual body, but my spiritual body is still wearing what I had on in the natural.
It is. Okay. So whatever you were wearing at the time, you're still wearing that. Okay.
Yes, I'm still wearing that. But I've heard other people caught up and they're wearing beautiful gowns and robes, and they're wearing some of the apparel that heaven has there. For whatever reason, God puts it on you. I assure you, you won't show up with no clothes on.
Yeah.
So no matter what you're wearing when you go to sleep, if he takes you, you're going to love that encounter. And actually, many children are taken in their sleep, and they never forget that dream. It's very vivid dreams, and years later they can still tell you exactly what happened and what they saw. And the Father loves children because they don't question him. They don't let their mind get in the way. They don't try to assess everything. They don't ask for proof of anything. They know that it was him and that he showed them beautiful, wonderful things that are going to happen on this earth.
And when a child would come out and say, "Mommy, I had this dream," and they begin to describe what is a visit to heaven,
I think they should write it down.
They should write it down. But then when they had that dream, are you saying that a lot of the time or most of the time they actually went to heaven? It was more than a dream?
Yes, I'm thinking most of the time it probably isn't heaven, because God wouldn't take them and show them fearful things or violent things. Anytime he takes a child, it's usually to a fun place or a beautiful place, or just seeing the love of God. I've never heard of a child ever being afraid of appearing before the throne or being taken before the throne of God. Not ever. And I know some of the places he would take them in heaven, places they can have fun and even see some family members there and recognize their family members. Just like family members have been taken from the earth and they're seeing their children at the very age when they pass, they will see their children there in heaven. So of course they recognize them. Yeah. And if you're taken in your spiritual body and you're an adult, you'll always look like you're in your 20s. You won't go to heaven and be old, because it'll be, if it's your spiritual body, you'll be like young age, like in your 20s. Yeah. And yes, they will recognize you, especially if it's been years since you last saw them. I like to use the story of this woman who her child died, I think about age 7, and was taken to heaven, of course. 20 years later, this same mother died on the operating table and was in heaven for several minutes. And she saw her child, and her child recognized her and ran up and hugged her and said, "Hi, I love you, Mom. What are you doing here?" And she said, "Well, what are you doing? What are you doing up here?" And he goes, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm playing in the streets of gold with my friends." That's what his answer was. And his mother was so delighted, and he said to his mother, "But you can't stay because God's not done with you." And then God took her back. And of course, she survived her operation, but never, ever, ever forgot that encounter. And she had an encounter. So people don't forget about you when they go to heaven. They love you even more.
Yeah.